What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Lycan here, back with another Marvel Rival video. This video is going to be my Blade review of, well, yeah, Blade. His entire moveset. We're going to be covering him, all his strengths, his weaknesses, his team comps, his combos, the buffs and nerfs, everything. Let's talk about Blade. So Blade's moveset starts off with his shotgun. His shotgun isn't like a traditional shotgun in the sense that you would think like you would have to be as close as possible to try to get the tightest pellet spread. No. Blade's shotgun is his primary source of damage, but it has a sweet spot. From what I've been able to test, that sweet spot is anywhere from 10 to 25 meters, depending upon the character, to get that 2-tap. But, so for example, Hela has 250 health. The Galactic box also have 250 health. But when I was testing the different ranges for the Galactic bots and I was testing it on Hela, sometimes it would give me a 2-tap at 10 meters. Sometimes it wouldn't give me one until 20 meters or 30 meters. It was just weird and all over the place. And so because of that, I had to go on and test on every character, not every character, but DPS and support wise, to find out what was the killing range, because for whatever reason, the 2-tap range for the Galactic bots and the 2-tap range for the actual characters is completely different. So if you are in the practice range, don't just practice on the Galactic bots and assume that that is the end all be all, because it's not. So next up is, Blade. In my opinion, outside of it just being for show, the weapon is useless. I wouldn't use it unless you're in your Bloodline Awakening. His shotgun does more damage, base damage, than the sword, and it outranges the sword as well. So it does more damage, it has more range. You really, outside of applying the slow effect, which you can do that in Bloodline Awakening, I really would not use that sword unless you have to. Now, if you have to, like somebody catches you when you just are on a reload and you need to finish them off, I guess, but otherwise, it serves no purpose. His Daywalker dash is one of his mobility options that also applies a 40% heal reduction for 3.5 seconds. It also allows for a good combo that can apply pressure to whoever you put anti-heal on, and I think it's a great addition to the game. I just wish the healing reduction didn't affect him and it only worked outwards. Blade also has a block called Scarlet Shroud, which gives him an 80% damage reduction, and you can also perfect parry or block anything if you time it right. It lasts for about 0.5 seconds, so it's quick, but if you get skilled enough with it, you can block Emma Grab, you can block ults, pretty much anything in the game, you can block it and live it if you get that perfect parry down. So it's very good in terms of, like, out of all of the blocks in the game, when I'm thinking of like Iron Fist and like Captain America's block, like it's a very good parry. Blade's ultimate is Thousandfold Slash. Honestly, while the trailers made it look cool, and if you combo it with, say, Strange, a Jeff, or Groot, any of those grouping type ults, it becomes very good. But the problem is, if you just solo ult, it is very easy to dodge because you can simply just walk out of it left or right. And when you compare it to other DPS ults, it doesn't feel as strong. So it's good. It has its purpose in doing a bunch of damage and applying that anti-heal. And you can stack it with your Daywalk dash, but at the same time, it's also very easy to dodge. So the reason I say Bloodline Awakening for last is because I wanted to go on a rant for a bit. How is the character named Blade, but NetEase wants us to use the character Shotgun more than his actual Blade? In my opinion, he was supposed to feel like a brawler akin to a Magic or a Mr. Fantastic, but he has anti-heal. But instead, he feels more like a mid-range character, Squirrel Girl, Star-Lord, something along those lines. Bloodline Awakening is a move that has a 60% lifesteal proportion, but it is also affected by your self heal reduction, which is 40%. Now, people smarter than me did the math. It's about a 36% net gain off of the Bloodline heal reduction. I personally don't feel like you are working twice as hard, but you don't get twice the results. You are pretty much at a negative because once again, you're in melee range and the move itself does not feel good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up is going to be Blade's combo. This is going to be your bread and butter, assuming all your skills are on cooldown, and this is what's going to be, you're going to be engaging most DPSs or supports. The only reason you would not want to use this on a tank is because while it does do good damage, you mostly are doing this to quickly kill and burst down a target. You're not like tanks have a lot of health. So the combo goes as follows. You daywalk dash into one shotgun shell, automatically activate bloodline mode, daywalk dash again into melee equals death. This combo literally ensures that the target's gonna die no matter what, so long as they aren't getting double healed or your enemy team uses an ult. The problem with the combo is that it uses both of your dashes, so you need to kill the enemy quickly. Also, you need to save your block so you can build up more dashes in case you end up in a situation where you need to escape. The problem with this combo is that it's a very resource heavy combo, but it works well to ensure the kill. Remember, you have a 40% heal reduction out of your daywalk dash. So you literally are applying the daywalk dash for the heal reduction. You're then getting a 50% attack speed buff because of the second dash when you activated Bloodline Awakening. The shotgun shot is just there for the extra bonus damage. You can animation cancel, and then it's just melee range to kill at that point. So it works out very well. If you made it this far in the video, like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Next up is going to be Blade's team ups. Honestly, at first, I didn't understand why they put Blade in a Luna Force team up because it didn't make sense. I'm like, Cloak and Dagger and Moon Knight makes sense, but the Blade edition just didn't make sense to me. And it wasn't until after playing with that team up for a while that it began to make sense. Cloak and Dagger and Blade works really well because Cloak and Dagger in her ult can simply just leave that trail behind, and Blade can activate his Bloodline Awakening and follow behind Cloak's trail, and wherever her trail is, he can just simply use his Bloodline Awakening, and there's really nothing the enemy team can do because the health, the healing is just enough that it doesn't matter at that point. Another good team up is Ultron. Ultron's drone allows for him to be able to leave the drone on Blade, and Blade's healing from his Bloodline Awakening plus the healing from the Ultron drone are just enough that as long as you're doing damage, you can cause some chaos in the back line with it. But the problem is a lot of Ultron players don't really like to leave their team the drone on you, so you got to kind of work with the Ultron players. But if you can get the Ultron player just to leave drone on you and trust you, oh yeah, it works wonders and I love it. But if you realize the situations and what I'm talking about for these team ups, a lot of these team ups pretty much all go down to amplifying your Bloodline Awakening. At the time of recording, you do not want to use Luna's flower and pretty much pair Luna and Blade, because if you apply the flower to Blade for whatever reason, currently it's not healing him. So at the moment, I believe that's a bug, but still, you got Cloak and Dagger and you got Ultron. Blade as a character in the Marvel universe is cool as hell. Blade in the Marvel Rivals, not so much. He is most definitely a fun character, but to be named Blade and you pretty much have to spend a majority of your time in shotgun mode, to me is kind of ridiculous. I don't like the fact that Bloodline Awakening is affected by Blade's own healing reduction. It makes no sense. Like, why do that, NetEase? I would much rather they simply remove the healing reduction and lower how much it actually heals, because everyone literally thought the character was bugged because we didn't know he was affected by his own anti-heal. Like, that's a miscommunication on your part, NetEase, not ours. That's the only way I can really see them buffing him, because increasing the damage won't change anything. And at the time of recording, I know they already buffed Bloodline Awakening and fixed his bugs with his animation cancels and whatnot. That's why this review is so late, because I had to go back and retest, because I was like, maybe Blade's top tier now. No, I went back, he's not top tier. Those changes pretty much made no difference at all. You still go in with your you'll still be going in with your shotgun till you blue in the face, and the moment you go red and say, oh, I'm going with my Bloodline Awakening, The enemy team is gonna focus you. You're gonna get 4 to 6 people all targeting you, it feel like, and then you're just gonna get deleted. And it feels bad. It just genuinely does. One-on-one, it feels good. One-on-one, it doesn't feel that bad. But when it's multiple people looking at you, you feel like you get deleted quickly. But I don't know. This is just one man's thoughts. What are yours? Comment them down below. Like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Lycan, and I'm out. Peace.